Hi everyone. Hope you're doing great. All right, so let's move to the conversation. Now, there's been this conversation lately about a woman keeping her husband's name after a divorce or changing her husband's name after a divorce. Fine, I also had to have that conversation live on the radio, but in this video, I am giving my personal opinion on this. Now, for me, I think it is optional. And I'll tell you why. Because I kind of feel like, apart from the whole marriage thing, it is her identity. This is the reason some people would not drop their father's name completely. They would rather add their husband's name to their father's name. And that's because they already built a brand around their father's name, their maiden name. They already built a brand around that name. So your name is your identity. That's my point. If it is somebody who has built a brand with that name, you don't expect them to just change the name overnight because one person said they are not doing it again. It's not just about the marriage. It is her identity at the end of the day. And I think people need to start realizing that women also have their own lives to live. We're not living for men. As much as we marry men and have kids who bear the man's name, we also still do have our own lives to live. We have our identity. And taking up your husband's name is a huge sacrifice already. So it should be optional, especially if she has no intention of getting married soon. There's no need to rush, except it's just something she wants to do. But if she decides to keep the name, especially when the name is already a brand for her, something she has worked for years. Imagine you were bearing this name for the past 20 years and you wake up one morning and just change it. But if she wants to remarry and she's now ready and open, to remarry at any point in time, then she can change the name. And for me, that's what I think. Then she can change the name, maybe to the name of whoever marries her. But if she feels like she has the time and energy to go through all of the stress of going to revert to her father's name again, fine, she could do that. And then when she gets married again, what does she do? Change her name to the next man's name. I would advise that we just maintain our father's name, and then when you get married, like, you maintain your father's name and add your husband's name to your father's name. We don't pray for anything to go wrong, but these things happen. No one really sees it coming, but these things happen. So what if it happens? It's easier for you to just drop the other one and continue with the other one, because it's still your name. It's still there. It's still part of your brand. If you're a business person, or you're a career person, you've built a brand around your name, like I said, you can just continue with the other one because it has always been there. You wouldn't need any more introduction and explanation for people to know that you're still the same person.